Hi, and welcome to Living and Loving Each Day, Bridging Barriers. My name is Sue Jansen. So glad that you joined us today. And this is a place where we explore transformative power of resistance and healing and also self-discovery. And if you're ready to tackle life's toughest challenges, like tackling your limiting beliefs, for instance, or turn trauma into triumph, you're in the right place. I'm just thrilled to have you here today and thank you for tuning in. And I want to introduce you to my beautiful guest. She has a passion for turning chaos into clarity. Laina Neudorf is here today, and she provides the innovative, actionable plans and the strategic insights that empower her clients to take control of their businesses and achieve their goals while building fulfilling lives. That's perfect balance. So with over 20 years of experience spanning technological, construction, and petroleum industries, she's got a wide range of interests here and expertise. Laina has honed her expertise in project management, logistics, and operational efficiency. So she is the founder of LPT Success Solutions, and she is known for her specialized support of your business while she guides you to break through roadblocks at every stage. And whether it's scaling a startup or enhancing productivity or even shifting your mindset. So Laina's hands-on approach helps clients excel at navigating challenges, streamlining operations, and driving meaningful results. So if you're ready to achieve the success that you deserve, maximizing revenue while minimizing stress and creating the life of your dreams, Laina Neudorf is here for you today, and she's here to guide you and support you every step of the way. And just before I introduce her, her tagline says it all: launch with confidence, peak with efficiency, and transcend with certainty. So welcome, Laina. So nice to have you here today. And I want to hear more about you personally so the audience knows you. And then let's dive into talking about getting clarity in our lives.
All right. Well, thank you so much for having me, Sue. I'm really, really excited to be here today. I'm a mom. I have kids. I have dogs, and life is chaotic, and work is chaotic. And let's try and do what we can about making work fit more into our lives, right? Like let's make it work for us. So that's what I try to help people do.
Cool. So tell me a little bit about yourself. I did a little bit in the intro, but I want to hear more about how you got here.
Well, I spent over 20 years in the corporate world, and I did a lot of different things, and I accomplished a lot of different things. And I've been thinking about starting my own business for about 10 years, really. But, something happened in October of last year that just kind of forced me to jump into it at this point. And so I've been starting it ever since, and I just love it. But it's funny because I talk about efficiency a lot, and I actually truly live it because, I have a sixth sense almost for spotting inefficiency, but it really came through in the fact that every single job that I've left, they've needed at least 2 or 3 people to replace me. So, I clearly practice what I preach when it comes to being able to introduce efficiency into a business.
Wow, that says a lot. That means that's isn't it nice to have that validation for what you're doing? Love that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so then why did you choose to go on your own?
Well, like I said, I've been thinking about it for about 10 years, but I didn't have that clarity yet. This is what I talk about is clarity. So obviously I have to have it myself. And so I kind of had all of these different experiences in different industries, in different roles. And it took me 10 years to figure out how to put that all together into one package and be able to provide a service to people. So now that I have figured that out, here we are.
That's so perfect. Good for you. And so now that you have your private, your entrepreneurial endeavors here, who's your perfect client, perfect target market? Who is she or her or it? They.
I work with both women and men, but I do love, I have a special place in my heart for working with women because I do find that we have very unique challenges as female entrepreneurs that a lot of men don't have. And I like to address those things specifically. So I love working with women who are stuck. So whether it's, I want to grow my business, but I'm not sure how, or, okay, I'm doing all the things, but I'm not getting any further. I've reached kind of a plateau and I don't know where to go from here. I want to make more money, or, you know what? I'm working 18 hours a day right now and I'm
Mm.
losing my passion for my business because, there's so many things that I'm doing that do not feed my soul, don't fill my cup. So but they're necessary as a business owner. So those are the types of people that I like to work with. People that are really just need that outside insight and that perspective.
Yeah, and that's so important to have somebody looking at it objectively,
Yes,
not because they're coming from a place of, I don't know what that it was, but they're coming from a place where they just don't know, and you don't even know the questions that you need to ask to get the clarity. And so that's why
exactly.
somebody like you is so important to say, okay, these are the areas, and this is what we need to you need to clarify for me. And so you can ask all those important questions. That's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
So
because we don't go into business for ourselves with the intention of working 18 hours a day and never taking a vacation, right? Like that's not why we do what we do. So, but a lot of us end up there. So, like let's flip that script. Let's fix it. Let's figure out how to make it work for us better.
exactly. And that's a mindset too, I'm sure that you're dealing with because a lot of the people and entrepreneurs that I know, they're very nurturing and they want to be of service. They want to help based on and usually it's because they have experienced something themselves that was either traumatic or something that they went through. And they want to say, I want to help you not do what I did, and to prevent you from going through that added stress. And
Exactly.
so it's so nice to, to have people like you to help people out like that because we need
Mhm.
it. Speaking for myself too. Yes. And so tell me more exciting stuff about why that lights your light. Like, does that, um, why do you want to empower those people around you?
Well, so there's this magical moment when you work with a client and you see that light bulb go off and they're like, "Oh my goodness, how did I not see this?" Like I was so tunnel visioned and so, I mean, you get so you don't have an objective view of your business like we were talking about before. So I mean, it's like, for example, I worked with one client and we sat down and we had a really fantastic in-depth 4-hour strategic planning session, and we managed to unlock like a 6-figure revenue stream for her. And it's like watching her face light up when we discovered this opportunity for her is just it felt so good, and she felt so good because she's like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna do this, and it's not gonna require me to sell my kidney to make this happen, like it was fantastic. And just being there and being a part of that realization with a client like that, I just love that.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
is there anything that you kind of start with? Like, what are your primary things to say, these are the 3 steps, or these are the things that you really need to do first? Like, is there anything that you can kind of give just to test or tease the audience with some of the strategies that you use?
Well, I would say if you're not making too much money and you don't have too much time, I can probably help you.
Cool, cool,
But
cool.
I mean, yeah, I just like I said, it's about, I find a lot more, like everybody wants to make money. Let's be honest, we can't live without it. But I do find when I'm dealing with business owners that the majority of them have more of a struggle with finding enough time in the day. And so, helping them with that, and really, I would say being organized and being intentional are 2 very important pieces of information that I would give to a business owner, if
Mhm,
they're struggling and they need to take a quick look at what they could possibly be
mhm,
doing to help themselves achieve more.
mhm. So just getting them to really stop and think about what they're doing and why they're doing it.
Yeah,
Just so that
exactly.
mhm,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Are there any like really other than that one lady that you talked to, any other success stories that you're really happy about?
Well, like I honestly, every single client I've worked with, I've had an amazing interaction with, and they've been very happy. And I've got, testimonials to prove it, so to speak. So I have not yet come across an unhappy client. So
Oh, and isn't that interesting? Sometimes, well, that's where we learn the most.
yeah, sure.
But I
But I
mean,
mean,
but you are that strategic planner. Like you're the one that you have those skills that a lot of the nurturing type dreamers who have wonderful ideas and they just want to help every single person on the planet, like to get them aligned. Like you're the one that says, no, this is what you have to do to get where you want to go, and it kind of takes them out of the clouds and in, to that factual concrete stuff that they can measure. That's what's so great about strategic planners. That's, I wish I had one just on my other side of my brain. I mean, I feel like, because you kind of go off and then it's squirrel and then you get, distracted and something else happens and you go over there. So there's a lot of us like that. I'm just speaking for myself only, but there's a lot of us out there who like, and I apparently I have that kind of brain. I found out, I did a test on this and it was where I kind of have balanced, like I'm not just just all into about things that might happen or that could happen. And I'm a big dreamer. I am an organized, I was a teacher. I'm very organized, but yet to do the strategic long-term plans, like the 3 month, 6 month, 5 year, 10 year stuff, that, or the really detailed accounting and marketing stuff, that's where I struggle. So that's why somebody like you would be perfect to identify those weaknesses, right? And then put you in touch with people who can help you with that.
right. And I would also suggest that when you're talking about, that 3 month, 6 month, 5 year, 10 year, I would encourage you to consider that each one of those phases needs to align with your overall vision and your why. Because if you you have to ensure that whatever strategy that you're building for your business is authentic and true to you and why you do what you do. Because if it's not aligned and it doesn't serve that purpose of really achieving that, then you're going to struggle really hard with following through.
Exactly. So yeah, so that's just a great plan. I think that's a great strategic plan, is to get a coach that can help you with your strategy. I mean, it just makes sense. It just makes sense. And so Laina, is there anything coming up that you're doing that's exciting for you or that is coming up for you in the next few months that you want to do a shout out about?
Well, actually, so it's funny that you say that, because I have just launched a workshop. It's on April 8th, from 9 to 11 Mountain Time. It's a virtual workshop. It's
Great.
very interactive and hands-on and like value packed. So you come in, and I work with you in a group setting, and you walk away with a 90-day plan that you can implement immediately to start achieving that success that you want in your business. So, and I've capped the registration at only 20 people, so I can make sure that everybody's really getting the attention that they need. So that was kind of the challenge. I needed to make sure I had an offering that was accessible. I needed it to be accessible for more business owners. And this is how this workshop was born. So I heard the feedback from some of my potential clients, and this is what I decided to do with it. So I'm really excited about it. Like I said, it's value packed. There are so many amazing activities that we go through to help you really get aligned with your business and then figure out how to move you forward.
Mm-hmm. And so people with what kind of business are you thinking? Like who is that audience?
So it's really small business owners is who I'm kind of targeting it to. So anybody who needs that help with the strategic planning and really needs that piece that, I don't know where to go from here, or I need help getting
Okay.
unblocked, those types of people. Those are the ones that are going to get the most benefit.
Okay, so entrepreneurs out there at all, and then do you help them kind of get their focus in on like their title, the clarity on what they're selling or what they're doing? I
Yeah,
noticed that.
yeah. I mean, the whole goal is to maximize your revenue while minimizing your stress and the amount of time you have to spend achieving that, getting that revenue. That's the
Right.
goal, right? More
So
money, less time. How do we do
yeah.
that for you?
That's perfect. Okay, so you don't so they can be beginners or they could be experienced. Like it doesn't really matter. It sounds like you're helping them wherever they're at.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mostly. I would say if you're like in the very, very infant baby stages, this is probably not for you because you need to at least know foundationally what you like. You need to be clear on who you are and your why and your, you know, those types of things. The
Okay.
what drives you. At very minimum, you would need to know kind of what that
Mhm.
looks like. So
So this would be a great recalibration for a lot of people who have been doing things, but they're not moving as quickly as they'd like to.
exactly.
Maybe, yeah, just to, oh, good. Awesome. Well, that sounds, what is it called? And for sure, everybody, I'll have the description or the contact information for Laina in the description in the show notes. So check that out. So what's it going to be called, Laina?
It's called Your Breakthrough Strategy: Creating a Personalized Success Plan.
Perfect. Your breakthrough strategy. So we all need that. And we all
Mhm.
want to do that. So be sure to go there and sign up. And again, please check the show notes and you'll have all that information there in the
Mhm.
description there. I kind of put it on, there's we talk about you, and then that's where I'll put it right there. And then also once this is published, we will for sure have it on the underneath in the information on the comments underneath our the podcast. So, and before we go, any like last astounding words of advice that you want to share with us?
Well, I
No
just
pressure.
no, I mean
No.
there's so many different nuggets that I could give people, but I would just say like um when you're in business, you really want to maintain that passion that you started your business with. So anything that you can do to kind of recenter yourself and refocus yourself back to the reason you did this thing in the first place, I would suggest that you do it, you know? I mean, life's too short.
Life is too short. So just remember, then those are the things that we all tend to forget. I think you forget your why, and you have to be
Mhm,
reminded of that. And then that's why I love your mindset, because that's something that, if you are really specific about your intention each and every day, each and every thing that we attend during the day, even like my intention is to get this out of it, or to meet these people, or to just focus on this one area and not get distracted.
mhm.
So so I agree with you about that mindset and that intention thing. That's so important.
Yeah, well, Henry Ford once said, "Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right." So, I mean,
So
you choose.
we got the power. We got the
Yeah,
power, and we've
yeah,
got the
it's
mind.
all about mindset. It's so important.
Yeah, and we have a lot of a lot of ability that sometimes we don't tap into it, but we do when we have to sometimes. But sometimes we forget how credible we are and how valuable we are and how much we can offer. And so we just
Mhm,
have to keep that in mind and keep our authentic self, like you said, in check, and make sure that we're just doing helping others like that's what we want to do.
mhm,
So I love
mhm.
that. Lena, thank you so much for being here. And everybody, thank you for joining us today. I hope that you got a little bit of clarity and a little bit of steps to go on just to get that happening. And be sure to check out Lena's workshop that's coming up in April. And I'm sure she'd love to see you. And thank you again, Lena, for being a beautiful guest. I appreciate you very much. And everybody, thanks. Bye.
Thanks for having me, Sue.
Thanks. Bye.